Designing houses for people of all ages and all budgets makes you realise that no two families or their briefs are ever the same. The owners of this next house instructed their architect to design a home that would evolve with their family as they grew. So Sam, this is a stunning house. It's for a family of how many?
So there's 4 of them, a mum and dad and a girl and a boy, and they really wanted something that would suit them now, but also evolve with them as they grew.
There's a common fallacy that you need to buy a block that has north at the back. But this house and block are different.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I really liked about it when the client came to me with this. We can really use that long axis on the north to get really great access to the sun. Because the sun shallows down in winter, it means that we can allow all of that beautiful warm winter sun to come in from the northeast and from the northwest and warm up the house.
And, you know, the reality by designing your house around passive design principles is that you don't have to use your air conditioning.
Yeah, in fact the client almost never does.
Yes.
It's a space that uses the breezes to wash it out. So what that means is if you leave all the louvers open during the day, the internal spaces will be really temperate, so when you come home it's quite livable.
I love these beautiful columns clad in cedar, and the rhythm of them is just beautiful coming out to this outdoor area.
Yeah, it's kind of got this organic form to it. I kind of think of it as kind of someone's calves and the thighs that come out, and it's quite expressive of mid-century modernism where the structure, post and beam construction was pulled away from the cladding lines. What that means is that you can see the honesty of the building, you can see how it's made.
Inside and outside you've got brick. That's great for families, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I have 3 young boys. They destroy anything that I build, so I kind of know how to build homes which are hopefully somewhat indestructible. So marks on the walls are hidden by just the raw honesty of the material, and rather than it being kind of a skin on the outside, we kind of like to wrap it in, so it's kind of got an honesty about it. So you're not biting into an apple and seeing something else when you get in. It's got the purity all the way through.
Sam, this is a beautiful double height space. What's this up here?
Well, the home is all about flexibility. We want the mums and the dads and the kids to be able to use the spaces differently as they change and as they age. And that's all about keeping the home small rather than creating 3 or 4 different rooms that all have various functions. We have one room that can change over time.
This view is just amazing. I mean, the gum trees and the bush, it's really, really special. You're so high here.
Yeah, it just sucks you in, doesn't it?
You've kept the high-level windows wrapping around and then cut away that wall, so I can see bush in this direction as well. It's surrounding us.
So we've used privacy and screens in ways so we can capture our neighbours' greenery and our neighbours' trees without affecting their privacy or them affecting us.
When you use an architect, you get elements of delight that you never expected.
Yeah.
And they're the things that are really special.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time thinking and thinking how to make the thing completely beautiful, and then you can still get surprises from what you've done. So
the joy of our business.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing being an architect and trying to contribute to people's living spaces.
This house evokes the ethos of mid-century design. Beautiful living spaces inside and out. Perfect for a family to enjoy each other's company.
Gone are the days when 2.5 people are living in 3 or 4 bedroom houses in our inner city suburbs. We must embrace medium density housing to find more room for more people. We must make sites work harder. This project in Elwood, Melbourne may be the way forward.
There was 2 single-family homes on this site, and we've replaced them with these 4 3-storey townhouses you can see. It's a beautiful site, but also we wanted to use this as an example of positive development. You know, in the community there's a lot of anxiety around new projects, and I think very often new projects haven't been conceived very well, they've been maybe designed in a way that's not very sensitive. We very much believe in this idea of buildings as good citizens, you know? You can be a big building, but you can also be very respectful. We've selected this spotted gum cladding at the top, which will silver off over time. The brickwork at the base is actually from a kiln in the Grampians, and as the landscape establishes itself, we really feel this building will settle nicely into this context.
Ruskin Elwood represents a really exciting project for us. It's what we call premium low impact living.
Premium low impact living.
Yeah, look, it's premium sustainability. So the idea that sustainability is, you know, it's about the environment, it's about using less, but it's also about our health and well-being, the resources that we use and what it costs us to operate a home.
And it's all about a Tesla.
Yeah, look, this is the Tesla Powerwall. It's connected to 4.5 kilowatts of solar up on the roof. Basically, it runs about 80% of this home's energy requirements. Our approach is to remove fossil fuels from our buildings entirely.
So this is one of 4 apartments, yeah?
Yeah, look, Mike, we'd prefer to call them residences. At just under 300 square metres each, they really are homes.
I stand corrected.
No worries.
And very beautiful homes. It's got such a great aspect as well.
Yeah, look, the living level up here on level 1, looking directly out over the canal with the western afternoon sun flowing in. It's really special down here.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. This window here just weighs in at just over 300 kilograms.
Wow.
I can push it with my little finger.
Oh.
If I flip the handle though, have a go at that.
Oh.
So you get a sense of the seal that's created. So that's all about air tightness, letting less hot air in, less cool air in.
This piece of cabinetry, this is really interesting. So
look,
it opens, yeah?
Native Australian timber, hardwood, opens up a little entertainment unit.
Oh, and you've got a scotch waiting for me?
For later.
I'll hold you to that. Great kitchen too.
Yeah, look, it's a beautiful space. The colours really pick up on the coastal location. We've got some beautiful granite here, appliances from VZUG, carbon neutral company, really tying into our broader ideals. We want anybody to be able to use this house. For example, my grandma has arthritic hands, so she finds it really hard to open drawers. Architects want to create beautiful lines. So we came up with this handle detail that can be opened by anyone, but looks beautiful and sleek at the same time.
Yeah, incredibly ergonomic.
Definitely. Traditionally, development has really focused on, you know, extracting value, maximising yield, cramming boxes in, and it's really lost sight of the people that live within the buildings we create and the communities that live next door to the buildings that are created.
Our building's going to be around for a really long time. You know, you build a building and it's going to be around for 100 years perhaps. So, you know, I put a lot of love into the projects I design. You know, I really want to make sure that I leave a positive legacy in the city.
Liam and QUINO are an inspiration and really showing the way. Not only have they turned 2 old terraces into 4 beautiful homes, they've created the opportunity for people to stay in the community they know and love.
Architecture, it's open to interpretation. What one person loves, others will think, what on earth are they thinking? I'm in Berwick, once a rural country town outside of Melbourne, now slowly being consumed by the urban ring, where people are looking far and wide for inspiration to build their homes. We have French chateaux going up, complete with Baroque detailed window. There's Spanish missions with tiled roofs. There's even what seems to be the Italian embassy going up. But I'm about to visit a home that responds to the Australian condition, using simple materials composed to frame the great outdoors. Well, Michael, what makes good Australian design? What makes us distinctive from the rest of the world?
I think it's about a relaxed style of living. It's about beauty with durability and also sort of making the most of the conditions.
Now, you've got a pretty big site here. What was the driving force behind the materials and what have you used?
It's corrugated steel in the monument palette with recycled brick, which we've painted white.
Now, you come back here, you know the client. So what was that like working with someone you knew, a friend of the family?
Oh, it's actually really good. It was fantastic. You need to have a good understanding of what your clients are after and who they are and how they want to live.
Our relationship with Michael is very special. He's a friend of one of our children. We've known him since he was in grade 7 or 8. The other side of that is Susan has an incredible eye for design and details and very clear ideas of what she wants to do.
Now, Susan, I know for a fact you weren't happy with the first design.
We finally had the design, we were ready to build, a door been ticked off, and we came, and I rang Michael. I just had this feeling, and I rang Michael. I said, Michael, can we meet on site? He came on site to be confronted by me crying. And I said, I feel we've lost the sense of what this block is about. It's gone from boundary to boundary, and I just feel that it needs to nestle more intimately with the environment we're putting it in. And Michael, to his credit, took it all on board, and 3 days later he presented me with a new design, and I cried again because it was perfect.
Now, Michael, you started off with, is it a 2-acre site?
That's right.
So you decided to put the driveway down the northern side of the site, which opened up the centre, and then you made the big decision of putting the entry and the main living area right smack bullseye in the middle of the site. Once you did that, you were convinced that was the best spot.
That's right. So that was also aligned with the front door, but also the lounge, the formal lounge space beyond.
And that on entry gave you direct access straight down to this great view.
That's right.
So once you got that centred, that main entry living area, then you just put on these other big pavilions, which gave you the H-shaped plan. And then going into this as the private wing, this is where you put the master bedroom, having access to the view.
That's right.
You had the ensuite and the walk-in robe.
Yes, back in this section we have additional bedrooms that can be closed down when they're not in use.
Then this main wing here where the signature spaces are, this is where you have your dining room, your kitchen, and this beautiful sitting area, again orientated down the main axis of the site. Tell me, what was the eureka moment? When did the design unlock for you?
I think it was really when we placed that formal lounge room in the centre of the site. That really unlocked a lot of the design.
That was the decision you stuck with, and yet the rest of it unfolded from
Absolutely.
there. Yep. Wow, it's a simple plan, but offers so much variability.
We love it, and we're very grateful to Michael for designing it for us.
So what happens when life's twists and turns gets in the way of living in your family home? Well, hopefully it's designed on principles that will appeal to everyone, and this certainly is. It's simple and robust. It has plenty of outdoor space, plenty of internal space for the family. It's easily maintained, but there's a certain X factor, and they're the principles that are going to fit most families like a glove.